Anyway, I'm just gonna kind of get into it so I can kind of explain it, just because like it's really weighing on my heart. So as most of you know, I ran the St. Jude Marathon in December, the full marathon, 26.2 miles. And at part of the race, you go through the campus of St. Jude. So during that point at around 5 miles, some of the patients and their families are actually out on the street, like they're lining the roads as you're passing by and running by them. And I didn't realize how emotional that portion would be. I mean, until you're in it. It brings everything just to light in the darkness in a real way. You see kids that are fighting for their lives, but they're out there cheering for you. And I went through a lot of different emotions afterwards, seeing that, because it was just one of those things that you don't feel worthy of. You don't feel worthy of having this child come and cheer you on when they're fighting for their life. But for them, because when you run for St. Jude and you do things for St. Jude, they see you as just this hero, because you're being a hope for them, that people believe that there's something that is better than their cancer, that people believe that there can be a cure and there can be options to be able to help their illness. And so it is just extremely humbling in a heart-wrenching way. I brought out my camera and I started filming a little bit just of the race course, and I was high-fiving some of the kids along the way, but there were so many, but for some reason it's just one girl stuck out to me, and I went up and I touched her hand, I high-fived her, and I just gave her this huge smile. And the rest of the race, I thought about this girl, and I didn't know why. I thought about all these other kids that were around, and these parents that I knew that had lost children to cancer, and then as a mom, thinking about my own daughter at home, and just all these different emotions. But the one thing that I never really shared. Okay, we'll set it here. So one of the things that I kept thinking about was how awesome it would be if I came back and ran next year, and I got to see her standing and moving, and what if something was found and she was better, and just things like that. And it just it just made me excited just to think that way, and in that positive moment. And then after the race was done, I got back to the hotel and I went through my videos, and I found a pretty good picture of her, and a sign that was next to her. So then I went cyber stalking on Facebook, and I found her, and I had sent the picture to her mom and things like that. Well, anyway, my whole point of that was just I've been following her journey and just everything she's gone through. And last week, she at 10 years old, she lost her battle to cancer, and I think it amazes me sometimes how someone you don't even know can just touch your heart, how a family you don't even know can embrace so many people to be a part of their story, and to share such a vulnerable and just gut-wrenching part of their life. And so I can't imagine. I can't imagine that that loss in that way. And tomorrow is her funeral, And it's a celebration of life. It's not as a funeral per se, but they're gonna celebrate her and her life. And the one big thing that Lizzy always did was in her, or that she did in her last days, was all she cared about more than anything was the salvation of her friends and those around her, and just relationships. And that just that compassion for people. And I think so many of us, we get caught up in the day-to-day, and society gets caught up in the day-to-day, and I feel like Lizzy's gonna leave a legacy that nothing will ever extinguish, that death can't take away. And so tomorrow I will be running in memory of Lizzy. It's not going to be at some event or some race. It'll be me, myself, and either inside or outside. I want to do 10 miles for the 10 years that Lizzy just ran her race, that she persevered till the very end. And so that'll be what, just to honor her little memory and her heart. That I don't know if I'll ever be able to fully put into words what someone I didn't even know. So I don't know, I just wanted to make this video. And if you're watching or if you're listening, just pray for Lizzy's family tomorrow, and just keep them in your thoughts, because it's not just going to be tomorrow. It'll be a lifetime of just remembering and just praying that peace over them and that love. So anyway, hold your little ones close, and not every day is promised, but you can make the most out of it. So thank you for watching. Love y'all.